Welcome to Melanated Conversations, our narrative from our perspective.
Here on the podcast, we are amplifying the voices of Black women and sharing their powerful stories of transformation.
I'm Tyrion.
And I'm Yana. Let's start the show.
Welcome back to another episode of Melanated Conversations. I am your co-host, Tyrion.
And I'm your co-host, Yana.
Yes.
Welcome back, y'all. We're in season 4.
Season 4.
Happy New Year. We made it to 2021, y'all.
Made it.
Praise him.
Praise him.
Welcome back, y'all. We're so excited to get back on the mic and bring you another fabulous season. We have so much to talk about this season and even in today's episode, and we have some special announcements that we're going to share. So I'm excited about that. But before we go into that, I'll let Terry kind of walk us through a few things.
Yeah, no, I mean, like Yana just said, this is a new season, a new year. Mm-hmm. We've got some new things happening, some new exciting things that we will talk about here in a minute. But we are just so glad that you guys have tuned in once again to rock with us. If you're new, welcome, MCs. And if you've been rocking with us, thank you. We love y'all and we appreciate y'all as always. But we do have someone that we would love to introduce to you guys. I know we normally don't have anyone with us when we do our season intros, but we've got a special guest with us today. So Yana, you want to take it away?
Yes. Before we actually welcome her, I want to just share a little bit of her bio. So you guys, we're going to have a very special, beautiful Black woman joining us this season. Is going to be contributing some of the conversations this season. Her name is Sophia Lenore, and a little bit about her. She's started off as a hair and makeup artist, but trust me, y'all, she does much more than just hair and makeup. She does all the things. She's a celebrity hair and makeup artist and licensed cosmetologist with a bachelor's degree in liberal arts from New York University. She's provided hair and makeup services on movie premieres, TV shows, red carpet events, photo shoots, music videos, political events, everything. She's been her magic hands have touched the faces and heads of artists such as Bernie Mac, Larry King, Eva Mendes. The list just goes on and on and on. You've seen her work in Vogue, GQ Magazine, Glamour, CNN, Warner Brothers, just all the things, you guys. But she also serves as a creative director. She's an award-winning creative director with 10 years of strategic branding experience. She is based in Berlin, and she's facilitated runway shows for New York, Miami, Paris, Berlin, London Fashion Weeks. And you can see a lot of her talent and shows through the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, MAC Cosmetics, the Berlin Fashion Film Festival, along with so much more. While working at Fashion Week, Sophia inspires excellence in her creative teams, crafting fully integrated web presences and rich media marketing campaigns for designer campaigns, exhibitions, and shows. She's the owner of Prestige Artists and Prestige Models with expertise spanning from print campaign and in-store content to video, TV, and digital media. So you guys, welcome to the fantastic. I'm trying to think of all the describing words because she's just so phenomenal. Just go ahead and welcome her, Miss Sophia Lenore. Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God! Hello! Thank you so much for that. Oh my goodness, magnanimous introduction. I'm like, who are they talking about?
Listen, while was getting off your bio, I was like, clearly Sophia tapped into her Black superpowers before December 21st. That's all I'm saying. Like, sis been
hear me?
Like, superpowers is on swole. You hear me? Like, I love it. The epitome of Black girl magic.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. Ladies, you're just so beautiful and so lovely. I really appreciate that. And I just I'm here to share and just, be a guest in your wonderful atmosphere. So very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful and so blessed to be a part of this beautiful, blessed circle.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, every time we chat with Sophia, it's always such a good time. Terry and I, we like literally, y'all, and this is no lie. We on our conversations on average run about 2, 3, 4 hours long, but they're so full and so good. We always have such a good time, and this season, y'all will be a part of that. So we're excited to share all the great things that we are collabing along with each other with during the season. Shall we share a little bit about kind of what we're partnering?
Yeah.
A little about both of our angles this year, this season, and everything that's going on.
Yeah. Why not share? Well, I'm really excited to have the Prestige Magazine platform Melanated Conversations. It's been when I first stumbled upon your platform, I felt like I was like, this is just God sent, because the magazine is an international mag, and it's mainly focused and geared towards perpetuating imagery and stories and any type of content that's positive for people of color. So when I saw your platform, I was just like, oh, this is wonderful. I wonder if they'd like to collaborate, because I'd love to put an audio section of the online mag where people can listen in to really great, inspiring podcasts like yours. So I was so happy and so grateful that you guys were willing to collaborate, because I just think that your podcast is a blessing, and it would be such a wonderful addition to the magazine, so that we can allow people to either read content or listen to content.
Yes. And we're so excited that we are connected in this way. As Sophia mentioned, she has a online print international mag, and I'm fortunate to be a part of that as well as a writer, contributing writer. Y'all know me. This is like, y'all know I like to write, and I'm gonna get to write. So yeah, I'll be writing things. So yeah, stay tuned for a lot of that. Actually, some things are out there. So stay plugged into our social medias, both of our websites. We'll have everything, of course, to connect you guys on our sites, and we'll keep you guys plugged in along the journey. There'll be some behind the scenes action that you can catch with regarding how we're partnering and connecting with each other. So it's just exciting times, and just an exciting period for just all three of us, because this really has just been such a joy in these few times that we've connected, and just all the great things that we just have envisioned with this partnership. So we're excited to bring you some really, really great content from just Black girl magic all around. So stay tuned for that. Did you have something you want to share, Terry?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I remember when we had our initial meeting, the first time we talked to Sophia. Y'all know I don't cry. Y'all know who the crier usually is.
New year, new me.
Oh, okay, that's what we're doing. We'll see about that. I want somebody to keep a cry count this season. Anyway, but the conversation that we had with Sophia, it was so amazing, because the things that she shared with us, just from kind of stumbling upon our podcast, and the things that she shared was like, she gets us, she sees us, she understands our vision. And this is not to put anybody else out that we've talked to before, but it was just different. It was a different conversation. And I am just so excited and so thrilled to be partnering with Sophia and Prestige, and just all the cool things that they have going on and creating cool content. So I'm so excited, so blessed. We are so blessed. And that's all I want to say about that. So
yes. Oh, and one other thing to point out, I forgot to mention. So you'll hear Sophia's voice introducing our episodes this season. She got poetic justice on us, y'all. We were just like, yeah, can you give like a little kind of like excerpt, like the show, like introduce some high points? She's like, yeah, I got you. Hold my wine glass. And we came back and she was like, can y'all listen to my poems? I was like, poems? Okay. You better tap into the creativity. So we are giving you super just this poeticness before you even get into the conversation. There's a lot of gems that we're dropping in this season, and with the women that we're sharing with. It's just all love. And yes, again, if y'all don't hear the excitement, y'all don't understand how excited we are. If I wasn't doing this recording, I'd be standing up and running right now, but I'm trying to hold myself back. But yeah, again, just some fun, some exciting things to come. Stay tuned for that. Let's get into...
Yeah, we're going to break a couple of things down for things that you should be looking for, that you should be expecting this season. But before we do that, y'all know, before we ever get into our Melanated Chat, we always like to play a little game. Now, this game today is not necessarily a game, but, you know, we just like to have a little fun, loosen up, although I feel like we're pretty loose today for whatever. Yeah. But I just want to play around or ask a question or pose a question. And the question is simply this. And Sophia, we will all answer this question. I know. But I am going to ask you first. We want our guests to answer the question first. So my first question, or my only question, I should say, is what is one thing that people may not know about you? Something fun or different. This one thing that people may not know about you.
Oh, okay. Okay. The one thing that people may not know about me, although I'm a very public personality and figure, and I seem like such a social butterfly and all, I love to be by myself. I go to the movies alone. I'm that one. When you go to the movies on a Monday, you see that one person in the theater. That's me. I love to like go for long walks by myself. I'll take a picnic to the beach and be by myself. Like, that's how I am. I'm very much, I dig my own company because I think I'm around people so much, so often. I'm constantly answering messages, emails, chats, that when I know I have time in my calendar to have some me time, I go really in. So I think that's the one thing most people don't know about me, although they might think that I'm all over the place. I really tend to like cherish my own time. You know, I don't really have any besties. I have friends that I chit chat with, and you know, we're there for each other, but I purposely don't have any besties. I'm my bestie. And well, my husband is also one of my besties, but I'm the other bestie of my own. I have two best friends, me and my man.
What the famous wrong with that? Say, me, myself, and I. What she saying? Me,
that's
myself,
all I got in the end.
Come on.
What I found out.
Thank
it. No. Oh,
I love that.
That's good. Yes.
Very good. Very good.
You talked about this in our episode before. It might have been in season 1 when we threw a question, and it was about like, have you ever gone to the theater by yourself or something like that and watched a movie or something like that? I can't remember exactly the question, but that took me back to when we mentioned that before. That's so good. That
by myself one day. I aspire to do that. I have not done it, but I aspire to do that. Yana, what about you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I shared this. I probably have shared it. It might be on our website, but it's always my go-to when I'm kind of like, when this question hits me and it's like, okay, I gotta think of some things, but this is always my go-to. I can say the alphabet backwards for no apparent reason. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA. I don't know. We were taught that in, was it kindergarten, first grade? My teacher wanted to be different. She was like, oh, no, not only y'all gonna know, I'm not gonna teach y'all the alphabet the regular way. We're going against the grain, because when we go against these other classes, they gonna know it frontwards and backwards. So, and I think my teacher, because that helped. I think that was like the moment when I realized, like, you don't seek to do it the way everybody else goes. You go against the grain, and you show that you can do it their way, and you can do it your way and better. So that's my takeaway.
I love that. Every time you do it, I'm impressed, because I'm like, I don't know what she's saying. I know she's saying the alphabet, but I can't do it.
I've been trying to teach my own family, my kids. They never like, no, we can't do that, Mom. I'm like, yes, we will. We're going to be the family that can say the alphabet backwards for no apparent reason.
What was the reason? I don't know. Just because. I love it. You know what? Okay, so here's the funny thing. Because Sophia is based in Germany. And I think the last time we did answer something like this, I was like, I can count to 10 in German. I'm not even going to try it today. I'm not even going to put myself out there so that Sophia could be like, those are not the numbers. I don't know what language. I'm not even going to go there. So maybe one interesting fact about me, some people may or may not know, I used to dance growing up my whole life. I actually took a master class from the Alvin Ailey Dance Company. And yes, and one of the, really? Sophia, you're on mute. Go ahead and say me too.
Me too.
That is so cool. Well, I remember at the end of that class, one of the lead dancers, his name was Joffrey, and he came up to me and he was like, you should really come to New York and do an intensive. And I never followed through with it because I wanted to be a physical therapist at the time. Anyway, now you
me too. I wanted to be a therapist too. I couldn't dance, y'all. No.
So yeah, that's an interesting thing. I've also been in the same room with Beyonce, but I'm sure a lot of people have.
You've been in the room where it happened?
I've been in the room where it happened. That's all I'm saying. Been in the room, same oxygen, same air. Yep, me. Well, I just want to say thank you, Sophia, for playing a little round of questions with us. We usually call it "Don't Drop the Mic."
Yeah, don't drop the mic.
Don't drop the mic.
You didn't drop it. She came in strong.
She did. Congratulations to you. We don't have a prize for you.
Thank you. I thought that was really, really interesting in terms of the questioning, because I haven't had people ask me that in a while, because I just think people just think they know me. So, but I also think it's really important to be your own friend.
Mm-hmm.
Many people aren't. That's why they're so surrounded with people who aren't really good for them. And also that's why they're all on Facebook looking for friends. They need to start within.
Yes, that's a word on here today. Yes. Which brings into today, which today is a new year, a new week. We're at the time of this recording, we're pressing through on day 8 of 2021, and we're still trying to feel around and see how things are around. There've been some little bumpy moments, but
a 5-star review right now.
It's not. There's been some dusty areas in this space, but we trying to like navigate through. There's been some highs, but with all it said, we are thankful that we did make it to 2021. We're very thankful and blessed to see a new year, and to, a new year is always a time where it's like a new beginning, new hope, and just, a new path for us. So even with everything that happened in 2020, it definitely, we talked about this before, Terry, and, there was a lot of lessons that we learned last year that were key to, how we grew as individuals in this union, with this partnership. So, and just learning, kind of back to what Sophia said, just learning more about yourself and what you love, really getting acquainted with you, because a lot of us had to really sit with ourselves last year. And that hasn't probably happened to a lot of us, especially in our adult life, because we've been so on go and we haven't had the time to really, the moment had to force us to sit with ourselves, to learn ourselves, to love ourselves, and really understand what was important to us. So I'm not going to go deep and preach y'all about 2020, because we've all, if you listen, it's thank God we all made it through and we've all experienced. So we don't have to like rehash that, but we do want to express some things about 2021. So if y'all don't mind sharing kind of like, well, I kind of did like the joy of making it here, but if you could also, I'm going to throw in, what is a guiding word for you? Your superpower word for 2021 that's guiding you this year?
I would say persistence for me, because everything about 2020 made me and everyone around me feel like, should we keep working as hard as we're working, or is the world about to stop? But you have to remain persistent. You have to keep pushing on. You have to keep, even if the world was going to like come to a really long pause, you still have to do things with yourself. You can't just lay in bed all day and watch Netflix. So you should always be working on yourself, on your craft, on your career, on whatever it is that you're looking to better about yourself or your life. So be persistent in whatever it is that you're trying to attain, whether it's within you or something without you in terms of a thing. But be persistent, because you never know what's going to happen and you always want to be ready.
Yeah. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's real. That is real, Sophia. I like that, persistent. For me, I would say my guiding word for 2021 would be hope, or to be hopeful. And the reason why is because, I know we don't want to rehash 2020, but, thinking back on 2020 I think a lot of people probably lost hope, because there were so many negative things that happened, and they all happened at one time, and people weren't prepared for that. And a lot of times when things are going good, or what's coming next, then you're like, oh, like I know that's in the bag. I know that's secured. That's coming next. This next good thing is happening for me. And so you have some sort of hope or faith in something good that's going to come. And for me, for 2021, and knowing how 2020 was, I think it's always important to have hope, even when things aren't going well, to always be looking for the silver lining, to always be looking forward to something greater. I don't think that things will always be a certain way. And in some instances, they may get worse. But if you don't cling to hope, then what do you cling to? What do you have to look forward to? What keeps you going? What keeps you moving forward? And so for me to remain hopeful, because that's a driving force to keep me moving every single day. So yeah, hope.
Come on, you better deliver the first sermon of 2021. Both of y'all, persistence. Was it hope? Hope. Okay, so my word is thrive. And I was struggling toward the end of the year trying to figure out what my word was going to be. Up until like at the end of the year, my family and I, we took a mini retreat to a cabin, got away, and to like really focus on our goals as a collective, as our family unit, as well individually, and just to get away and really re-energize ourselves, and before we enter into this new period, this new year. And even on that drive down, I was like, what do I focus on in 2021? What's my word? What's guiding me? And there were like random words that would appear, but it was just like nothing felt right, nothing stuck. Well, when we were actually doing our vision boards as a family, I opened up maybe 3 or 4 different books, and the word thrive, every time I turned a page in those 3 different books, the word thrive appeared loud and bold to me each time. And I was like, that's my word. That's my word, thrive. But I even knowing that was kind of guiding me, I put it on and I was just like, okay, I get it. I'm thriving, but what does it really even mean for me? And I'm still kind of sitting with that. But at the time, it was more so, it's just, 2020 was your moment to like I said, to center yourself, to understand yourself, to really lock in into your power. Now, this year is for you to really maximize your learnings and push it out into the world. I want you to thrive in those very gifts that have been placed within you. Last year was you getting acquainted with your gifts and really standing in the belief and knowing that this is what you called for. Next year, I want you to boldly move into that thing. You're going to thrive in that gift. So for me, that's my word for 2021.
Love it. Thrive in your gift. I love that. I don't think I've ever heard thrive be married to gift. I don't think I've ever heard that before. I love that. Persistence, hope, thrive. Let's go 2021. Come on. I love that. Thank you, Sophia, for sharing with us as well. I think we're going to move on now. Was there something else you wanted to say, Yana?
No, okay.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is just kind of give you a lay of the land of maybe some things to expect from season 4. Is that correct, Yana? Yes. So we have some amazing, amazing women and guests who will be joining us this season. As you know already, Miss Sophia Lenore, she's going to be with us throughout the season, and we are just so excited for that. Oh, it's going to be a treat. It's going to be a treat. But we also will have just a couple of women, or I guess some things that we'll be discussing. We'll be discussing real estate investing and ownership and all those great things. What else, Yana? What else do we have?
So yeah, we have, like you mentioned, we're talking all the things we're going. Of course, you guys, our aim is to shed the light on other Black women that are doing the things and are movers and shakers in this world, but we're actually having some deep and powerful conversations too. As Terry mentioned, we're talking about real estate and wealth generation. We're actually talking about really finding your voice and really moving into that gift, and really not as a way just for yourself, but as a way to move the culture. And we even, y'all, this other topic, it's even talking about it, I get triggered. So, and y'all gonna understand what I mean in the episode. So y'all know I have my background is in HR, and I talk a lot about one of the things that was hard for me in that role was, especially as not only just Black person, but the only person of color on that team, was that the heaviness of being, again, of course, a Black body in that role, but fighting so many barriers of trying to show up as yourself, and really excel and really try to move the culture within the organization and that constant fight of that pushback. And so we are talking about diversity and inclusion and really being, proactive and moving those initiatives. Last year when the events of last summer, especially as it around George Floyd, companies wanted to really start to change initiatives and really wanted to back behind Black bodies, especially as it related in diversity in the workplace. And we saw some good out of that. And we saw some companies really just fall off and not really move, and that it was just a moment for them to further as a means for further gain for them. And you guys, it's such a trigger for me because when I was in an organization, I was, one of the biggest aims for me was to push diversity, but not only diversity, but inclusion. And that's always a conversation that's left out. We talk about diversity, but we never talk about how do we integrate the culture of the diversity that we're bringing into these organizations? How do we really incorporate all aspects and not just try to bring in for the sake of numbers to gloat and say that we have the diversity? Are we including this from the top down? Is it diversity in the top down? Is it being included? Or not only just from the culture standpoint, but from ideas, positioning, just power within the different levels of organization. I won't go deep because we have a whole episode for that. So y'all know that that's kind of like that's a hot button for me. And it's something that, that really drives me and really using my voice. So definitely stay tuned for that conversation. There will probably be much more coming your way soon, but that's just a kind of snippet of what's to come in the season.
Yes, and there's more where that came from, y'all. We just cannot wait for you guys to tune in and rock with us this season. We are so excited. And I just can't wait for y'all to hear and see and read.
Yes. Because we're talking about it and writing about it. Was there anything that you wanted to share, Sophia, in regards to the season?
Well, I mean, for this season, I'm really looking forward to just starting with you ladies. The topics are really getting my mouth watering, to be honest with you, too. The real estate and the episode in regards to inclusion. So I'm really looking forward to diving in as well and just gaining some knowledge and some wisdom from these wonderful interviewees you have scheduled for these conversations. So I really hope everyone is going to clear their schedule and make sure they tune in, because these are going to be some really, really hot topics that everyone needs to listen to for 2021. It's all about bettering yourself. I think God is putting everyone in their house and isolating them from the world so they can focus on themselves. And while you're in the house, turn on this podcast and catch these episodes. No, I really am looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to this year in terms of the shift in people's thinking and way of making money and new lifestyles. So I'm looking forward to hearing you ladies report on the new changes and the new lifestyles that is going to be rising up as we enter into 2021. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going to change and what's going to evolve, but I know definitely we're going to evolve. So I'm excited.
Yes. Well, you guys, y'all heard it from all three of us. But if you haven't, let me remind you, we're back. Stay tuned. Lock us in. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe. Go on and then hop on over to Prestige Magazine, which will have all that information in our show notes for you to connect. And yeah, just stay plugged in. And we also may have some goodies, some good things for you guys in store for you this season too. So definitely stay tuned. Yeah. Again, it's always our aim and our mission to amplify the beautiful voices of Black women. We connect to share in our mission, sharing our stories of transformation. No, just sharing our stories of transformation and to share in our lessons and celebrate our successes. So thank you guys for always rocking with us in those endeavors and supporting all the women that come on and connect and share with us too. So if there's nothing else.
Melanate on that.
Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our chat today. Keep the conversation going by heading to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leaving us a review.
Have a story of your own to share? Email us at info@melanatedconversations.com or connect with us on social media at Melanated Conversations. Till next time, keep raising your voice.